Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? It is Stupid Player Negative AE, and welcome back to When They Cry. Last we left off, we had gotten past the end of section 4 of this chapter, and we have to read this tip. We only got one tip. Usually we get two, so let's see what this tip has to say. Rena's not here. Do you know where she is, Keiichi? Huh? She was just there, actually. Hey, Mion, where did Rena go? Rena? Didn't she go to the bathroom? She did say that she's been having bowel troubles lately. I haven't heard anything about that. Satoko, do you know where Rena went? Rena, you say? I just passed her in the hallway. Rena has class duties today, so she's off to water the flower bed. It was Rena's turn for class duty. That's very much appreciated. Rena, Rena, Rena. Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's rude to say this about someone's name, but it was a weird name. It was like some foreigner's name. What kind of name is Rena, I wonder? What kind of kanji does her name use? Rena is her nickname. She has a proper name as well. What, really? I was sure that Rena Ryugu was her full name. Well, I can understand you making that mistake since we only call her Rena. She even signs her name as Rena. It's like her real name in school. Wonder what her real name is. Let's ask her when she comes back. Totoko and Rika-chan looked at each other. You don't need to ask her. We'll tell you what it is. It's the Rei from Ore and Na from Nara. Her real name is Reina Ryugu. I get it. I get it, insult. I understand now. So I've just been calling her Reina on accident, but it's actually her name anyways. That's interesting. So her nickname is Rena, but her name is Reina. That's pretty interesting reading. No, that's not it. Reina is the correct way. It's gonna confuse the shit out of me. Rena has told us that she wanted us to call her Rena. So we call her Rena. Interesting. Kei-chan. Rena is Rena, you know? Only strangers call her Reina. You get where this is going? I understood what Mion was saying. It didn't matter what her real name was, only what names we used between us. Rena Ryuga is Rena. She's nobody other than that. So I was thinking, if I had a nickname, would you call me by that? If it's good. So what do you want to be called? Con Man. That's terrible. Rena then came back into the classroom. One of the juniors near the door told Rena people were looking for her. What's this now? Who's looking for me, I wonder? See, like, I don't know why she repeats all the things that she says. It's gotta be some sort of, like, condition, you know? Like a stutter. Like, but it's not a stutter. Because, like, I know people with stutters. Seeing that Mion and I sneered, it's like different. It's like Porky Pig almost, but it's not. Because Porky Pig has, like, a worse stutter, you know? It's just like a repeating of words. Bailiff Ryugu doth show herself. I'm curious as to what that is. Con Man, you're quite sinister. Wah wah wah. What is this? What is this? Keiichi-kun and Mi-chan are evil bailiffs? A con man? Damn you, Rena no Suke Ryugu. Today doth be when thou meetest thy maker. Have at thee. Frickin' Jesus. Wah. Suke-san. Kaku-san. Show them what for. Aye, sir. I expect my fee to be paid to my Swiss bank account. Since it's come to this, we have no choice. We'll just have a grand battle with 5 people. Rena's fierce punches exploded in the proper timing to take out the seal. The evil that Mion and myself was vanquished in the end. Is Rena just allowed to fucking wail on people? That seems like a massive oversight by the teachers, don't you think? I do hope that Rena goes on a journey to make the world a better place. How about heading to Nagata Chao? The destination is decided by where the cute stuff gathers. The toll of the bell signaled that break time was over. Come on, Keiichi-kun, Michan. The teacher's coming. I took Rena's hand and stood up. It was just as the teacher had entered the classroom. Just one more hour. Oh man. Got to buckle down for one more. Yeah, that's like the 8th time that she's just like wailed on people. She just like punches people to the point where they're like knocked over on the ground. Like when you punch somebody, it's like they stagger a bit, but she just straight up throws you on the ground. How was it, Kei-chan? So you went to Reina-san's house. Wasn't it amazing? Reina-san's, goddamn, it's Renaissance house. It's nothing like that, right? Right? Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. It was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Sanders, stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Little Licky. The Toadolmon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. Jesus. I'll agree with you that those are cute, but why the mailbox? Wouldn't you get in trouble for that one? But how so cute? She must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight. So it's the bigger the better. Just as long as it's big. And her room displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before. And cute kids like Rika-chan are locked away in the basement? Yep, I'll keep anything. She's just like, yep, that's me. So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Hey, Rena. You know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? Is that cute? Yeah, cute. How I want it. The U.S. should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. Stealing the Statue of Liberty sounds like a freaking movie with Nicolas Cage. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Rika-chan had returned. No fun being called to the staff room. Did you do something? How rude. Rika isn't a hoodlum like Keiichi-san. Hoodlum? Nothing like that, Keiichi-kun. Rika-chan is a member of the festival committee. Festival? The school cultural festival or something? Kei-chan, I already told you. It's the village festival. The Watanagashi? Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break. So what's this Watanagashi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival? I guess the last part, where you set things adrift in the river, is similar. Except we use cotton things like old worn out futons and padded cloaks. It's a festival of expressing thanks for their years of service. People living in Hinamizawa dumped their futons and padded cloaks into a stream? It sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I can smell it already. That's just summer camp. I never anticipated how destitute Keiichi-san's imaginative capabilities would actually be. What? What? How could you tell I was thinking something silly? It was written all over your face. What sort of face could have expressed what I just imagined just now? Rena demonstrated for me. I see no argument here. What the crap? It's nothing fun like that, you see, but you should still look forward to it. Let's all go together. I'll come get you that day. I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I would get bored if these guys weren't going. You won't get bored. We're doing it again this year. Leon's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably our club's summer tradition. The Watanagashi 4-demon firefight. That sounds awful. What kind of name is that? I think it's a cute name, though. I tried to object sharply, but since Rena looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it. Since Keiichi is here this year, it becomes 5 demons. Mika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence. So how does this funky sounding club activity tie into the festival? Oh ho ho. This is where you exhibit all the skills you've nurtured throughout your daily club activities. Exactly. We show the full extent of the abilities that the best of the best have obtained through our daily trials and tribulations. But last year the mayor got angry, so we need to make sure not to cause any problems this time. So basically we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. Rika-chan is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see, so we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Rena was right, of course. That would be a reason for the mayor to get angry. Oh, I can like skip by going down on the scroll wheel. Good to know. But lots of fun. That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near. Well, putting that aside for now, let's start our club activities today. Any objections? Nay. Our voices rang out in unison. When there's lots of people, card games are the easiest to play. This really is the most basic of table games. Playing with a mark deck again. We'll use a new one today. There are no marks on the cards, so we're on equal footing. I wonder if that really is the case. I will have to inspect them. Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone checked the cards. Yep, these seem to be fine. Are you all satisfied? Then today, I guess, we'll play President. That's good for 5 people. Tell me how you play. Leon? Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are a lot of house rules for it, so Uno. For the name, for example. In my hometown, we call it Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are the jokers wild? Can you make a reversal with 3 threes? No jokers. 2 is the highest. You can reverse a reversal. You can only make a reversal with a 4 of a kind, not 3. Also, you know how the peasant sends a good card to the president? Okay, I have no idea what game this is now. None of that. While I was confirming the familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's President, and it's with a new deck. Today I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it? So, what shall today's penalty be? About that, why don't we all write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one? Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting. Oh ho ho ho. I'll write a nasty one and have Keiichi draw it, or Keiichi draw it. It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself. Just don't lose. Don't you know best? Oh ho ho. Neon handed out several strips of paper to everybody. Then write down whatever and put it in this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out. Now then, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave. I'd go all in. Fold the paper like different, you know, so you can feel the creases when you're searching for it. No penalty, let's forbid that kind of idea being written down. Okay, Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mio's hands to lurch to a sudden halt. Aw, that's so sneaky, Mio-san. She wrote no penalty, and yeah, dude, Mion knows how it goes. That's exactly what I was thinking. Just write something super easy and fucking make it so that you can feel the creases. Just in case you lost, you grab the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika-chan is quite formidable too, being able to see through like that. I couldn't underestimate her even though she doesn't stand out. Everyone, don't write penalties that are too mean, okay? Nobody agreed to Rena's proposal. Everyone was ruthless. It's fine, Rena. Just don't lose. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll try hard, so everyone has to pick the penalty I wrote. Alright. Rena was quite brutal even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either. I agree with that. I'm very curious what Rena's penalty is in particular. Everybody's penalties are scary. I still didn't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like. Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everybody here ready? We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rika-chan and Satoko played their cards without hesitation. Rena and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed Rena generally couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike. Huh? Will this work? Then I'll play this 3 and I'm out. 9. Nobody? 8? 7? I'm out. 5 and 5. I'm out. Then I'll discard this I still don't know the rules of the game. I gotta look this up after this. I'm out. Bah. The loser of the first round was of all people Mion. Now I was certain. Today I could win. Now then. Mii-chan, pull out one of the slips, okay? Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper. What? Who did this? Who wrote this? Mion quivered and shrieked. What is it? What is it? Oh? Rena was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head. That's not bad. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Hey, wait. How is this bad? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keiichi-san, do you not understand? The principal is balding and ashamed of it. Yeah, but like... I don't know. Satoko yelled with a serious look on her face. But she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be? The principal is a martial arts master. Yeah, but if you let him know that it's gonna happen, just be like, hey, freaking, I need to pat your head, I lost a bet, you know? Unless he's just a terrible principal and he's like mean, you know? He boasts about traveling around the world perfecting his skills when he was younger. He switched to teaching after seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war. He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head? As the club president, there is no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Oh yeah! She bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway. Would have been easier. And how do you tell? Like, you don't. No one's gonna know. I don't know. Probably impossible. They say I used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence. I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. What the fuck? Did he just like fucking body slam a student? What's going on? That's the principal's. What the hell? What kind of school is this? It sounds like he's beating the shit out of her. What kind of school is this? He's even using meter. Oh my god. From how it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounds sounded like a multi-hit combo. I don't want to know, I don't want to know. It could just be that she's banging on the walls, to be honest. I understood now why there were no delinquents at this school. Yeah, because you can like get the crap beat out of you in like 8 seconds. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us. Headed. Is that good enough? Mion said before collapsing. She's alive and what the f— Now we can continue the game. But monster. I was amazed the person who made club activities like these could say that. But now, the worst penalty is gone, right? Right? Rena tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now. I'm not holding back anymore. You all get yours. The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense. Ace, 3, 4, 5, I'm out. I'm out as well. I'm out too. 3, I'm out now. Eek, I lost? And the heavens chose to vanquish Rena. What penalty, I wonder? What kind of penalty, I wonder? It was hard. It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Neon's first penalty still made me quiver. And so the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid. What is this? This one, what do I need to do? Oh, wait. So basically it means that you have to use the same expressions as a maid. Ah, okay, master. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Then Rena, can you shuffle the cards and deal? Yes, master. You just die right now. Anyway, let's continue. Right, Rena? Yes, master. The eagerness to which I was goading Rena into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself. This game, I won't lose anymore, I'm out. I won't lose anymore, I'm out. I shan't lose either. I'm out. And with that, I'm out too. I can't believe it. It's Rena's loss again? Rena again. What kind of penalty will it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one piece of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body. So shoes and tie, right? Shoes and don't they have like a bow? That's just undecent. Who could have written this? My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Ah, who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize. That would be an ignoble prize. Not good, not good. What I was thinking about was written on my face. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Michan. Rena begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already. Nope, won't go easy on you. You lost, so take it like a man. Yeah, she has like a tie. You just take the tie off and some shoes. Understood, master, all in dress. What? I looked around thinking someone else would probably stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. I heard the rustling of clothing. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing. Is this fine, master? I looked away like a gentleman. I'm not a gentleman. But these club activities... I mean, she didn't ask you to look away, so you could just be like, oh, I'm gonna look. You needed to be ruthless after all. Keiichi-san, what were you expecting? Certainly we would not have her strip if she wasn't wearing her PE clothes underneath. Toko poked fun at me, but right now I can't hear it. Not bad, Kei-chan. This old man never even thought you would go after her like that. You've got it wrong. I didn't write that one. Master, you didn't write this one? Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for me not to feel anything. I'm down, Keiichi Maibara. Neon probably wrote that one and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think my way out of this. And the answer was quite simple. I win. I then became a god. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business. Eek! How could my luck of the draw be so bad? Satoko lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister. Oh jeez. Fine. Oni-chan. Ugh. Yes! The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. This old man loses again. Neon's lost, right? I'll draw it. Wear a girl's swimsuit. No! That's the one I wanted Kei-chan to get. Yes! Neon's despair was like sweet honey. I'm gonna get the worst one. Master, I lost again. Rena lost? I'll draw it for you. Let the person in first place rest their head on your lap. Oh. Is this outfit Master? Yeah, she's not wearing a skirt, so it's her bare legs. This man. Oni-chan, you're too good. Sniffle. Toko lost again? I'll draw it. Obey the person in first place. What the fuck is this? How about I have you give me a shoulder massage? Fine, Oni-chan. Come on, do it a bit harder. Don't use your nails. I had transformed into an evil dictator who couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out in my mind and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I had realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Reina, who was now a bloomer-clad maid. Satoko, who was wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit. Today is Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Eek. Please refrain from moving your head around. Okay. I began to think. Why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams? What is it, Keiichi? I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. Rika-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in last. Keiichi is quite greedy. It's said that you should know when enough is enough. I know that very well. But how to say it? I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died right now. Eek. Master, please refrain from moving your head around. Eek. You say you wouldn't mind dying. Then that can be arranged. Rika-chan said it in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a decoration of war. Jesus. Go, Rika-chan, go! Take him out! Defeat. When did she get a collar? Defeat this archdevil of a perversion. I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him. Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Satoko's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with just that? 2. Ace, ace, ace. 8, 8, 8, 8. Reversal. Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. Mwahahaha. The 4 of them have allied against me, that's it. You're making me laugh. That was good. Reversal, reversal. Huh? How could such a thing be? Totoko let out a shriek. Mwahaha, you simpletons. Using up all of your cards before calling the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after. I lost. Mwahaha. Finally, you fall into my clutches. Now I'll pick one out. What? Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Mwahaha, even the penalties were as I wished. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Aw. Yeah, she does look like a person that's supposed to be a cat, you know? I felt like I had become Rena. This was definitely cute. Cute, isn't it? Isn't it? I want to take her home. This wasn't me talking. This was the actual Rena. Mew. As Rika-chan mimicked a cat, teary-eyed rings of smoke escaped from Rena's ears with an audible poof. Rika-chan must take home. Taking her home. Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange. I see. I still have one trick left. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm. If Rena must, she can take me home. After Rena-san beats Keiichi-san, she can. The thought of Rena in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Or they thought that Rena in cute mode would be able to defeat me. I don't think she will. Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. How preposterous that Rena can't defeat me. For a moment I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Rena's hands like the machinations of a monster magician. In the middle of those flowing cards was Rena's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around. Shall we, Keiichi-kun? Hurry, hurry. My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. Isn't there like one more thing left? Well, I don't know. No play? Nothing to play, Kei-chan. Then with this, I'm out. Everyone cheered. I was spent. Phew, I got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little. Then I'll take one out. Keiichi-san's penalty. This is it. Everyone peeked at it in unison, gazes flicking between the text on my face. All day today, I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there? All. Wait, but how do you... Every penalty up until now. I knew that it was gonna be some bullshit like that. I was like, well, how bad can the last penalty be unless it's everything before? Yes, Oni-chan. Next I'll have you rub my shoulders. But I'm the winner. Wait, hold on. Didn't I like technically win even though I lost once? I like won the thing. I got the most people out, right? Yes, Master. Keiichi-kun, that's cute. Say it again. Say it again. You, please spare me, Master. Rena passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat. Next is from this old man. I'm going to have you fan me for a good long while, you know? Whoosh, whoosh. Oh, almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? The school swimsuit. This is for girls? I can't wear. Yeah, you have to wear the one for girls. See, but then that doesn't make any sense either. You would think that would be illegal too. Like, the school is backwards as fuck. Because like I don't think the balls would fit in there, and so they would like be hanging out unless like I don't know. Totoko was a lone shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable if I did say so myself. But whose school swimsuit am I going to wear? If I were wearing one of yours, you wouldn't like it, right? This old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff at all. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not that in shape, so I think even Keiichi can fit into it. The executioners surrounded me, wagging their fingers. Interesting. My first thought, it's tight. Oh, my second thought, the chest area is pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was... Yeah. Keiichi-kun is bending forward. How cute. You'll be ready after you wear the cat ears, bell, and tail. See, but there's no time limit on this, right? So you can just wear it and then, like, stop, you know? Want to look in the mirror? It's amazing, really. It's probably best if you look. The stern scientific calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made Mion very scary. I would like to respectfully decline, Master. Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that. Is this enough? I'll change and... No, you gotta go pet the thing. While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika-chan slipped behind me without a sound. Not yet, Keiichi. There's still the first penalty left. In this getup? Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word. I'm gonna get beat the fuck up. Sir, excuse me. Yes, please come in. Step forwards and... Like, see, this is where the principal should be like, yeah, no, go put on actual clothes, please. The principal froze with a solid smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this scared place of study, specifically in his office. So I said, excuse me, as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and a tail. And for it to be a young male student, my principal would literally send me home and tell me to go put on, like, normal clothes. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty. Rubbing the principal... Wasn't it patting the principal on the head? I challenge you. I heard what sounded like a zhing 3 times. Was this his 3-gauge super? The principal said one thing to me. What does it mean to be a man? And in a heartbeat. What the fuck is going on, dude? This whole scene... I know it's supposed to be... What's interesting is this is the comic relief part, you know? That tremor sounded throughout the Himina Zawin twilight. And usually after comic relief is where shit goes crazy, you know? Because they're trying to lighten up the mood. My question is why the principal is beating up students for touching his head. Like, no detention. No, like, go back to class. Straight with the freaking rank 3 supers. Rena was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together, very pleased. Once again, today it was just Mion and I going home. Man, that was intense. I didn't know Kei-chan was so good at President. No, I was surprised more than anyone. If I was playing with you guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. Pretty sexist, but still, it was pretty bad. I mean, obviously they beat you and made you wear a whole bunch of stuff, so... but that's fine, isn't it? You were able to do something to boast about for the ages, too. Well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other. What's again? Oh, we meet again, Keiichi-kun. It was Tomitaki-san. I felt like we've been running into him quite often. Hey, take any good pictures? Well, a few. So, Tomitaki-san suddenly leaned over and whispered into my ear. You sure get around. Did you already have a different girl? It's not like that. No need to hide it. It's important you get lots of experience when you're young. It's true. It's a true statement. Because Tomitaki-san let out a crude laugh. Mion knew what we were talking about even hearing his whispering. I've heard through the grapevine that Mr. Tomitaki is quite the catch himself, No, that wasn't my intention. Sure. Keep up the good work and take plenty of pictures. See ya. Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way she spoke, it seemed like Mion knew Tomitaki-san quite well. How's this year treating you, mister? Staying until the Watanagashi? Yep, I plan to. After photographing the festival, I plan on heading back to Tokyo. Being a photographer sure is easy. You're sure to win some big award and become famous. You spent all the best years on photography after all. I don't think I'm that far gone. Don't they say men start developing their own unique flavor in their 30s? What does it matter what you taste like? That's so gross. Look at the time. I need to get back to the inn before it gets dark. Tomitaki-san began to leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion. Now then, I'll see you both at the festival. After waving his hand cheerfully, Tomitaki-san disappeared amidst the cries of the Higurashi. The way he's going, you probably won't ever get famous. I had him promise he'd display a picture of me if he ever opened up a gallery, but I don't think that'll ever happen. So you know Tomitaki-san? Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts, but you know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider. It sounded like you meet him all the time. Tomitaki-san comes around to Hinamizawa regularly. Maybe 2-3 times a year? He says he's taking pictures of the seasonal scenery and wild birds, but, well, those photos are really nothing to phone home about. The image Mion painted of Tomitaki-san was fairly unique. The Tomitaki-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth. I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, why do you say that? It just seems that he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think. Don't you get that feeling? Like, about that incident, the dismemberment? Oh, you too? If so, you've got good instincts, Kei-chan. She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chipper in how she said it. Then you knew about it then, Mion? Of course. He might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but he can't fool this old man. Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. It felt like all apprehensions I had about Tomitaki-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk. What is it, Kei-chan? It's just that I never thought the cries of the Higurashi would feel this good. What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Kei-chan? We both continued to giggle, not knowing why. I wonder what Reina is doing. I bet she's getting her fill of Rika-chan by now. Reina-chan. She's probably in the middle of asking her over so she could treat her to dinner. It'd be great if she's able to take her home. I wonder. Rika-chan is pretty good at that stuff. Yeah, I feel the same. The head petting penalty was probably from Rika-chan. I thought so too. The only one who could get away with patting his head is Rika-chan after all. Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. This is probably really easy to play on piano. I feel like I should learn this. You received some new tips. Community notice. Alrighty then. You know, I kind of want to read the tip now, but we'll just read it on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. What is this new tip? Just a picture of a thing. I wonder. That was interesting. It was a comic relief thing. I'm guessing the next chapter is going to be something like something more serious. Either that or it's going to extend the comic relief. I can't imagine that there's more than like, what, 10 chapters? How many chapters are there in chapter 1? Because this is chapter 1, technically. Technically. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button. I really appreciate that. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode of this, whenever that may be. Peace out, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.